All right, beautiful people, welcome once again to Let's Talk TV. Yes, and welcome to another edition of Waiting They Happen and things with the trend them for Biafran territory. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notification. Now, it gets better Ubunge video I carry come for every Biafrans to watch. The Ubunge video now from the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra in the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This video actually was a very brief press statement he made in his home at Afaruku. In fact, in his father's palace, after the Nigerian government made the first move. They invaded his house the first time. They tried invading his house the first time. I think that was the first move they made, and a lot of people were actually shot during that particular attack by the Nigerian military. Now, I want you people to understand something very important, because for some of you who do not understand what the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá is doing, let me tell you, Simon Èkpá is one man who is actually following diligently, the footsteps of Nnamdi Kanu. He has been diligent, to this. He has been diligent. He has been respectful, and he has carried on the mantle of whatever Nnamdi Kanu started. Let's be realistic about it. Forget about people who don't like him. Forget about people who don't like his approach. The reality is that he is the true Biafran who is following the footsteps, or who continued what Nnamdi Kanu started. And that is the only reason why Simon Èkpá has been able to get to this particular level in less than in due time. Just how many years? How many years did he take over? And he has been able to achieve, a world recognition, something that the world, in the world, every part of the country, or every part of the world is seeing currently. When you listen to this message, or to this interview of Nnamdi Kanu, you will understand that, you see, this Nigerian army, this their tactics, no be today it start. No be today it start. And that is why the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá is fighting them, defending these people, doing everything to take them out of Biafran land. No be today it start. It's been a long time. They've been doing this a long time. What they do is, when they attack people, they carry their body. So, organ harvesting, no be today organ harvesting start. It is not today organ harvesting started. It's been a long time. But the reality is that, they've actually grown into it to the extent that the government is now protecting them against the indigenous people. So watch this video of this interview of Nnamdi Kanu. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked, about the truth that he, has been speaking, and the truth and the fight that the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá has been fighting. You agree with me that it is a just, fight, defending his people, defending Biafran, and making sure that the Nigerian military leaves Biafran land. Enjoy this video, please.
Okay. All right. We'd like to know what actually transpired yesterday here between the military and some of your men.
The Nigerian military came to my village to intimidate and to harass innocent civilians who were unarmed. I was sleeping. It was their siren that woke me up from sleep. And I inquired what was happening, and I was told that the army were coming to my house. So I looked through the window, my bedroom window, towards the junction, which is less than 100 meters from here. And I saw their armored personnel carrier. He drove past, and then he turned around and came back again towards this direction. And they started firing at the people who were protesting and asking them why were they coming to this place to harass peaceful people who was done nothing to deserve such humiliation and intimidation. I said, what happened? They started firing indiscriminately. So I was told that a few people were hurt and injured. I saw 2 people who were bleeding profusely. I was told there were casualties. And as is their tradition, when they shoot people, they carry their bodies away. So we didn't want them to get at those people. That's why we prevented them from coming here. The intention was to come here to ransack my family home. And we would not have that. That's exactly what happened yesterday. Now, the entire episode was captured on a videotape. And I'm sure that's widely available for people to see and come to the conclusion. The one thing that happened for sure was that our people were insistent that they will not enter my father's compound. That was what happened yesterday.
So those that were hit by the bullets, where are they now?
In a very secure location, after receiving first aid treatment, they are now receiving very serious medical attention. And last night, this same Nigerian military went to FMC, which is the Federal Medical Center, to inquire about them so they can take their bodies away as usual.
How many of them, sir?
3 in total that I'm aware of.
No lives were lost.
I understand that lives were lost.
But do you know about the number of persons lost?
I know I was told at least 2 people. It was 5 initially, but the rest sustained superficial injuries and bullet wounds.
The police told us 3 people are currently receiving treatment at their clinic, that they were only macheted, not shot.
Who macheted who?
That's exactly what I'm
Ask the police, because they're liars. The Nigerian military and Nigerian police, they have perfected the art of lying. And unfortunately, some of you, men and women in the media, have allowed them to get away with murder. That is why they do what they do, because of the complacency of the media and certain television stations. That is the reason why Nigeria is a dictatorial state. That is why there is no freedom here. That is why people are being pursued into their bedrooms to attack them. You have been here now. Do you see anybody armed? Have you seen any soldiers, as they claim? We have. We are a peaceful people. My father's palace is Omudo's palace. My father is a JP, has been a peacemaker all his life. All I want is freedom. And I have determined that self-determination via referendum is the best way to settle this dispute once and for all. And we are undeterred.
Yeah, on the part of the military, actually, quite trending through the social media that they went through the FMC road, okay, as this particular incident took place, the axis between FMC and World Bank. But unfortunately, you've been able to tell us that it actually happened right here. What's your part?
It happened here. The thing about the Nigerian military, which you men and women of the media must try to counter, come and investigate. Go and ask people. Less than 100 meters from here, the junction right behind me was where all these things are. We stopped them from entering this untarred road. That is why they've not tarred this very road, because my father is an upright man, he's a traditional ruler who will not compromise his principles. They refuse to tar his road. That is why. At the end of this untarred road, at the junction was where they parked their tanks. I saw them. Go and watch the video. They moved up and they reversed and came back. They turned their tires to come in here. And the young men said no, that they won't come in. That's exactly what happened. And we maintain, and will continue to maintain, that we remain peaceful. determined and very resolute. Nothing is going to stop us. Nigeria is bringing war to us. We are not fighting anybody. It is Buratai and his men that are bringing war to us. They want us to become armed so that the world can say that Nnamdi is leading a violent armed group, which is not the case. They are provoking us to war. And it's your duty as journalists to make sure that the world understands this.
Okay, there was this report that you had a meeting with the Southeastern governors. What was actually the outcome of that particular meeting you had with them?
I think my primary concern is for the family of those that lost their lives and for the people in hospital receiving treatment. When the time comes for that, I will gather you people from the media to brief you as to precisely what we are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please, I want to ask.
There's a video, some few IPOB members visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That video was viral. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was pray oji mmanya oku when I go for when ekpere. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was praying with what do you call this hot drink? Spirit, something like that. Mmanya oku was praying. They were on something like balcony. How many of you know the video I'm talking about? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was praying with hot drink on balcony. How many of you know the video that I'm talking about? Because the video was viral. Few IPOB members visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were on a balcony. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was praying. Thank you, Samson. How many of you know the video that I'm talking about? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was praying on a balcony with some few members of IPOB members back then, before he was kidnapped in Kenya. That very balcony you see, I beat my chest. I want Kanu to come and debunk it in the public. That very balcony you see was the balcony of the house of Kanu in Germany. I want to, because I'm sure he's listening, I want him to come and debunk it in the public. That very balcony you see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was praying and pouring that hot drink, was Kanu's balcony. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu traveled to Kenya, Kanu was instrumental to the travel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Kenya. And he knew every single thing that happened. He knew. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, he knew. He was busy telling the so-called secretary back then to continue tweeting and writing and confusing Biafran people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was coming on air. He knew. The criminal knew. Even threatened the so-called secretary that if you ever raise an alarm, I'll deal with you. And that one was busy, deceiving us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was coming on live. We never see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The next news we had was hearing it from the Janjaweed. That is the most greatest insult any organization could receive, or a nation. That a leader as influential as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, and then we have to hear it from the kidnappers. What happened to the top members of IPOB and DOS members that received him in Kenya? Where were they? Everybody deserted, and they shut their mouth because they have all taken their own share of the proceeds. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has told the DOS through that letter, that memo, never to speak or fight against Simon Ekpa again. They refused, they didn't listen. Even when the memo was coming from their own lawyer, with the official stamp of their lawyer's law firm, they refused, they never listened, and they continued to fight the Prime Minister. Now, as it stands today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself has banned the so-called siblings and the Delilah of our own time that called herself the wife of Nnamdi Kanu never to speak against Mazi Simon Ekpa again. And did they listen? The wife, for now, we can say that the wife has obliged because she's still pretending to be innocent without knowing that we all know her own activities. So she's still pretending to the fools to be innocent, to be obedient. Now, the wife has obliged, but the siblings who are hell-bent in silencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not listen to him. Even when the one that called himself Kadafaya, Meme, is also among the lawyer or among those that frequently visit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon. Yet, he is there. And I'm going to play his video briefly before we go into the main matter that has brought us here today. So, this one no gree play again. I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know what's wrong with you. So let me try and see if I can play it the last time, just 1 minute, and then we will now go straight into the internal Edwakanon, which is ongoing, which is currently happening. We are going to expose every exposable things this evening, especially those that have collected amnesty and have made themselves willing tool to the Janjaweed to sabotage our own people. I am born autonomy mafia this evening. Bound autonomy mafia. Wherever you are hiding, I want you to know that we know.
And I warn the one that called Uchechi never to utter a word against me again. And I challenge them to come on social media and bring her again on Radio Biafra to attack me.
Did you hear that? DOS in the ocean, there's a new challenge in town. Wherever you are, whether you're on TikTok or you're on Instagram, there's a new challenge, or you're on X. DOS in the ocean, you people hijacked the hallowed platform of Biafran people, used to known as Radio Biafra. Now I don't know if it's Radio Fulani or Radio Tinubu or Radio Hope Uzodimma, because Hope Uzodimma, anytime you go there now, they sing praises of politicians, Radio Nigerian politician. It is now Radio Nigerian politicians. So you people hijacked it. You people are in control of it. There is a new challenge. If you think, say, you know what you they do, bring Uchechi Kanu, although she can still come. She can come. Although she may not come for now because she's still pretending to be innocent of what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So she may try to listen now. Just for now. So, DOS in the ocean, if you know, na mokalo na aka, no bunwoke, bring Uchechi Okukalo again to Radio Nigeria politicians. Let him come and sing again. Frontal lobe. In Asuranya or Sunday Britain. In Asuranya Oyibo, frontal lobe. Come again and tell us about frontal lobe. We want to hear you again. Uchechi Okukalo Delilah. We want to hear you again. She may listen to this tomorrow and come. So if she comes tomorrow, don't be surprised. If you hear her on Radio Nigeria politicians again tomorrow, do not be surprised. Don't even bother sending it to me to remind me that she has finally come. Don't be surprised, because she might onwelike G fere due to the challenge. Frontal. But the challenge is there already. So emalo na amukaro na kanono bu nwoke. Potu chechi na your radio Nigerian politicians. Let us hear her. Mad people everywhere. Now let us hear that very few seconds again, and then we'll jump into the main matter that has brought us here this evening.
Nnamdi Kanu have also threatened and warned the one they call Uchechi never to utter a word against me again. And I challenge them to come on social media and bring her again on Radio Biafra to attack me. As a matter of fact, Nnamdi Kanu have warned them never to attack me again.
All right, we will now jump straight into the main issue that has brought us here this very evening. Very, very important. Please, if you haven't liked and shared the broadcast, use this opportunity to do so. Use this opportunity to do so. Oh, that reminds me. There is one more video here. There is one more video that we need to play. Although many of you have seen the video, but the reason why I want to play the video is because the face of the Okoko is already on the thumbnail of this very broadcast. The face of the Okoko is on the thumbnail of this broadcast. So we need to play the video here. It is important that we play the video since his face is already on the thumbnail of the broadcast. It is very, very important that we play the video. So let me bring the video and play it like few minutes or seconds, and then we will jump to the main message that we have come here to do this evening. Yes, this is the video. This is the video. So pay attention, my people, while we play this very video before we jump to the main issue that brought us this evening.
According to them, was to subtly protest the detention of their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, by the Nigerian authorities. At the early stage, the people in the southeast complied with the order, but later the protest was abused, hence the cancellation of all sits at home by the leadership.
Remember also that people have chosen willingly on their own to sit at home in solidarity with the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. It's not our making. Even in numerous occasions, IPOB has called for the lifting of sit at home, but people said no. This is the only weapon we have. We need to sit at home until Nnamdi Kanu is released.
Yet attempts by the people to trade or carry on with their normal activities on any day declared sit at home had enforcers destroying goods and lives of citizens of Nigeria within the southeast region.
You cannot tell us how to free ourselves from bondage. You can't sit somewhere in Lagos or Abuja to tell us how to free ourselves from bondage. The earlier you people understand, all you newsmen and women, the earlier you understand this, the better for you all.
There's continue to come from various sources. This is the place of Simon Èkpá in IPOB.
He is not a member of IPOB.
What is the place of Simon Èkpá in IPOB? And the Okoko responded, he is not a member of IPOB. I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no issue with him saying that Mazi Simon Èkpá is not a member of IPOB. Of course, as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the dungeon of the DSS, nobody, no genuine Biafran will identify himself as a member of IPOB. Nobody. I said no genuine Biafran. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu recall in 2021, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself denounced IPOB. I want you to remember that. How many of you remember, by the way? How many of you remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu denounced IPOB, the current DOS IPOB? How many of you remembered it? That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu publicly in the court denounced membership of DOS IPOB. Now, no genuine Biafran wants to associate him or herself with these criminals. Let's continue.
He does not represent IPOB either.
He does not represent IPOB either, of course.
We should understand that. It's not as if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is incommunicado. We can always reach out to him. And of course, most of the instructions come from him, and his order is final.
Oh, so Emmanuel Kanu, you know that the order of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is final. Yet, this same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you have confessed that his order is final has also given order that you, Emmanuel Kanu, must not speak about Mazi Simon Ekpa again. Yet you are here talking about the same person that your brother, the leader, has said that none of you should in any way speak about him again. And here you are telling us how the order of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is final. Emmanuel Kanu, ị na-ekwu eziokwu? Ị na-ekwu eziokwu ka ị na-atụ asị? We know how you look before. We know who you are. As a matter of fact, I'm going to remind you some things. Before we jump into the next segment, I will remind you how you used to be. After reminding you, we'll then ask you a question. What has changed? Is it that you are working? Is it that you are so financially sophisticated or financially buoyant? What has changed? A very simple question. But before then, let us first of all listen to the garbage that he talked.
As long as IPO movement is concerned.
The recent rumors of a planned 30 days set at home is not only unauthorized, but anti-people.
You know, people have seen the entire movement, as a huge merchandise. And therefore, they are cashing out on that.
Now, this is where my problem comes, and this is why I'm playing his video. Remember, I said just a few minutes ago that I have no problem of him saying, because you may say, but what he said is not bad now, because even the Prime Minister himself does not associate himself with IPOB. Fine. I have already said that I have no issue him saying that Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, is not a member of IPOB and does not represent IPOB. I have no issue with that. But what he said now is where my problem comes from. First of all, the newscaster herself said there was an order of 30 days sit at home, which is the number one lie.
Unauthorized, but anti-people.
Final, as long as IPO movement is concerned.
The recent rumors of a planned 30 days set at home.
Did you hear that? The recent rumor is the planned 30 days sit at home. Instead of the Okoko, who should be in the best position to address it, to put the woman in a better state of mind and tell her the reality that, look, even though he is not my friend, but I am still aware that he never ordered 1 month sit at home. That what he ordered was 1 month shutdown of the zoo institutions within Biafra land, which everybody has his or her right to go about their normal businesses throughout this ongoing 1 month shutdown of zoo institutions in Biafra land. As you all know, if they do not want to shut down the zoo institutions by themselves as ordered by the Biafra government in exile, we are helping them to shut them down. You must have all seen the videos of how we are helping them to shut those institutions down, both the local government secretariat, the police stations, and of course some of the checkpoints. We are helping them. We are giving them a very good assistance, very good assistance to help them shut down those institutions, and it's still ongoing. As a matter of fact, we are still on the second week. We are still on the second week. Before, by the time we get to the third week and the fourth week, towards the end, by the grace of God, by that time, our app will be ready. And we doesn't have some very smart freedom videos, very nice freedom videos that you have been lacking all this while.
It's not only unauthorized, but anti-people.
People have seen the entire movement, as a huge merchandise, and therefore they are cashing out on that.
Did you get that? That is my problem. The woman said, alleged or lied against the prime minister of ordering 1 month sit at home, and she called it anti-people. Anti-people. Instead of this man here to say, no, it's not what you think, he said that people have seen the opportunity to catch out. People are using this opportunity to catch out, and they have turned it into a merchandise. That is what Kanu Takano has to say for a lie peddled against a man fighting for the release of his own brother and the freedom of his generation and generations unborn. Kanu Takano, who is in the better position to speak the truth, has labeled the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile as a merchandise, and the man who has seen an opportunity to cash out. That is my anger with him, and that's why I have come here to talk to him this evening. So, Kanu Takano, you have the guts. You have the guts to talk to the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile this way, knowing fully well that he is the only person. Only, I said only. When I say only, I mean it. Knowing fully well that he is the only person who is fighting so hard, tooth and nail, doing everything he can, putting his life on the line, staking his own life, that your people, those you called your people, may be free. Kanu Takano, the only thank you, the only reward you have for him is to call him a merchandise and a catch out man, a man who has come to catch out. Now, because of that, we have a question for Kanu Takano this evening. We have a question for Kanu Takano this evening. Canon Takano, the question we have for you now is, couple of years ago, when your brother, or before your brother was kidnapped, yes, that is the right word, Canon Takano, couple of days ago, years ago, before your brother was kidnapped by the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, you had no property. I want everybody to pay attention. Please, if you can hear me, let me know in the comment section. I just want you to say yes if you can hear me very, very clear. If you can hear me clear, let me know in the comment section, please. So, Canon Takano, not even Canon Takano, Me Kano, I have a question for you. And this question goes like this. Me Kano, couple of years ago, before your senior brother was kidnapped, we know how you were looking. Me Kano, you have no job, right? Yes, you had no job. Till now, you have no job. There is no any known job that you have. And don't tell me that your father kept billions in the bank for you. Me Kano, the whole world can now see how you are now looking very, very handsome. You are now brown, very fair. You have, eaten a lot of money. You are now shining, very good and fine. I don't say you shouldn't shine. But Me Kano, before your brother was sold by your likes, by people like you, Me Kano, we understand that this is how you were looking. Me Kano, pay attention. Prince Me Kano, we know very, very well that before your brother was sabotaged and sold to the enemies, this is how you were looking. Prince Me Kano, we know that before your brother was kidnapped, was sabotaged and kidnapped, this is how you were looking. Prince Me Kano, this was you. And we all know that you have no job of your own. We understand that you have no job of your own. There is no any job known that this business is run and owned by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, Prince Me Kano, Emmanuel Kano, na Igbo niile, including in Lagos or Abuja. No business. Outside the zoo, you have none, because you don't live outside, you live here in the zoo. So Me Kano, knowing fully well that this is who you are, of course, I know that people upgrade. People can upgrade, of course, I know. But you upgrade depending on the amount that comes to your account on a monthly basis. You don't just sit down one place and upgrade, boom. Me, who gave you the money that you used to build a White House? Duplex. And you built this house after the kidnap and rendition of your brother, your own brother, without any job of yours, without any business of yours. When everybody is aware, or let's say hands are pointing at you, that you are among those, because the way the job went was through the politicians, which Ifeanyi Ejiofor was the architect, the main arrowhead, after having meetings with all the politicians, Igwes, and the so-called critical stakeholders, which he confessed that he was having meetings with them to see how to stop unknown gunmen, which everybody believed was Eastern Security Network, formed and, of course, launched by Nnamdi Kanu. Listen and listen very good, my people. The whole world, not the whole world, the whole politicians in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom were aware that the then or the so-called unknown gunmen believed, yes, that is the right word. The whole zoo politicians believed that the then UGM were the members of the Eastern Security Network formed by Nnamdi Kanu. And the only way to reach out to Nnamdi Kanu was through his lawyer. They began to organize meetings with Ifeanyi Ejiofor. He told us that he was having meetings with them. He called it high-level meeting. High-level meeting. That is what Ifeanyi called it. It's on record. It's on video. We have the videos. Now, Ifeanyi crept in or crippled in through the family. You were aware. Kanu was aware. The wife was aware. All of you. And he brought in his members of DOS because Ifeanyi Ejiofor was a critical stakeholder in the DOS gang. He brought in Madubugu, who was the grand commander of the Eastern Security Network. The grand commander, the commander of all commanders of the then ESN. Hey, oh my goodness me. The money was passed through Chinas and Woru to Benjamin Madubugu. Benjamin Madubugu now circulate the money to the appropriate quarters after taking his own share. Are you paying attention, Biafrans? So, all of them gathered and agreed, yes, we will do this because of the money, the amount that was involved. Now, after collecting your own proceed, Meme Kanu, you shifted from this current person you were on the picture you as the Biafrans, on the picture you are seeing on the screen. Meme Kanu shifted from this person now. All of a sudden, boom, all of a sudden, these pictures you see were not new, were not old. They were not that old. You can say maybe it was like 10 years ago or 20 years ago. No, these pictures were not that old. Even as you can see on this one now, you can see on your left-hand side, you can see Barisaloye Jimako. These were never old pictures. Prince Meme Kanu, how comes you jumped from this person that we are seeing? This picture was taken few months after the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu and his rendition to the zoo, and now you jumped, boom, to this person now. Overnight, White House, Meme Kanu without a job. Be progressive. We are all, somebody like me especially, I have this progressive mind. I love it when people are progressing. But how do you progress without a job? Without a job. Somebody said network is disturbing. Network is disturbing. Please let me know if there's any problem with my voice or with the videos I'm playing. Please let me know. Somebody say network is disturbing. Let me know if there's any problem. Maybe it's from his or her side or from my side. Please let me know if my voice is okay. Is anything the matter with the network on my side? Let me know in the comment section, please. So if there is no problem, then the person who said network is disturbing, you have, if you are genuine, then you have to refresh your own, gadget. Whatever gadget you are using to watch this broadcast, you have to refresh it, or maybe you are not genuine. Now, Meme Kanu, you have a serious question to answer. Until you answer these questions, nobody will take you seriously. Nobody, not even a newborn baby. Not even a newborn baby will take you serious, because you are a sabo. A sabo, that is who you are. We don't want to go deep into what transpired after Sit at Home was announced, how you people fought together after, everything, all the shenanigans between you, your brother, Canon Takano, and the members of the OS criminals. We don't want to go into those matters. We don't have that time now. But that question, until you answer this question, then I want to tell you that nobody is going to take you seriously. Now, let us delve into the matter of the day. Going by the title of this very live presentation, which I have written saboteurs, sabo ndi oswimi, and amnesty collectors, those who have gone to collect amnesty. You people are now receiving woto, isn't it? And to make the matter worse, ọ na-abụ ọnwụ gụba nwa nkịta, ọ nara ekwu ya n'isi nsị. If nwa nkịta, ekuke, o nwere nke a na-akpọ ekuke. Ọ bụrụ nke unu na-azụ n'obodo oyibo. Ọnwụ gụba nwa nkịta ekuke na-eli nsị, ọ nara ekwezi anụ n'isi. Nsị bụ the best food of ekuke. Ọnwụ gụba nwa nkịta, ọ nara ekwezi anụ isi nsị. That means those of you, the new ones who are still going to Owerri to collect amnesty, you don't want to learn from what has happened to those who have collected amnesty before you. You are still going to collect. Biafrans